now we move on to the next phase whilst I send the head away for work, and that is removing these studs. Some of them want to come out, others don't want to play nice. At the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that want to come out. The rest don't at the moment, and before I can get to these front two, I will have to remove all this timing gear and the timing cover. Just thought I'd show you that with my stud remover. Hopefully you can see this okay. This one is coming out nicely. Hopefully it will not bite me in the ass and shear, but it feels good at the moment. And there are various types of stud extractors. Now, the ones that won't come out, the extractor would bite on them, and I just use this ratchet that I've got, which is a very old ratchet, I must admit, but it works. And I could have used a breaker bar, but I didn't want to, because, to be honest, I was scared it was going to cause a problem. So, okay, so that one came out, as you can see. Threads nice and clean. It is at the back of the block. These other ones, particularly this one here, and the same on the other side, are right by a core plug. So what I might have to do is take the core plug out, which I intend to do anyway, clean it all up around there and give it a damn good soaking with some PB Blaster. Prior to that, what I might do is fill the bore as best I can with apple cider vinegar. It's a great rust destroyer, and I'm kind of hoping that's going to work. If not, I have another rust converter that I might give a shot to. So it's going to be an experiment. There you go. Alright, I'm now struggling to get these studs out. I think I have found a method that works, and now I'm going to be brave enough to do this on camera. I tapped each one. I put the nut on the top and tapped it with a hammer, and now I'm going to apply some heat, and I'm also going to use the breaker bar with my extractor right down here at the base, so that I'm not twisting the whole stud. I don't give it a lot of heat, I just kind of warm it up a bit, I guess. We'll see how this goes. It'll either work or it won't. And I'll either show you this video clip or I won't. And by the way, I'm using the yellow bottle, which is it's a lot hotter. The gas burns a lot hotter. I don't want to make it too hot and soft, otherwise it'll just twist, and that's not the intention. Alright, that should be enough now. Let's see how this goes. And as I said, I'm doing it down near the base, trying to keep this as flat as possible on the cylinder head. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Oh, this is not good. There she goes. There she goes. Yes. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. And I know some people say, oh, you know, why are you bothering to replace the studs? Well, these have been in here since 1964. I think it's time to retire them and replace them with nice new studs. Unfortunately, the studs are not cheap, but the last thing I want to do is put the nuts on the top of the cylinder head when I've rebuilt the engine on the stud shears. To me, I'd rather they sheared now. I'd rather they didn't shear at all, but now is better than when I'm putting the engine together. There she goes. Look at that. Still requires a fair bit of muscle power, as you can tell by the way I'm puffing and panting here. Whew, baby, this is a fight. There she goes, that's it. All right. Whew. Look at that. Yeah, maybe one of the problems is the carbon build-up on the underside. But it's done. All right. As I always say, I won't bore you watching me pull the rest of them out. And I do have to remove all this timing gear before I can get to those two at the front. And who knows, maybe they'll come out without heat. We'll see. When removing the timing cover here, which I'm almost ready to do note that this sprocket comes through the cover here. Therefore the cover can only come off this way. So what you have to do is make sure you take out these studs at the bottom here. Those two are already out. This one, as you can see, has the double nut on it ready for me to undo, and then I'll do this one, and obviously I have to take this I don't know what you want to call it, collet off. I'll get that off, and then the timing cover should pull off nice and easy. Then I can remove the timing gear, and then I can get to these two studs. I've just had to order myself a new one of these because the teeth on this one is so worn it doesn't want to grip the stud. Once that's done, then I'll get those studs out. And there we are for the moment. Okay, as they said, the time has come, the war has said, to speak of many things. However, all I want to speak of is getting this timing cover off. And I'm going to have to gently prise it in here, I think. Let's see if I can ease it off. There she goes. Very gently. Don't want to damage any of the mating surfaces. Also got to get it off that cog there. Okay, it seems to have stopped. Really didn't want to put a screwdriver in there or pry bar. Looks like I might have to. Oh dear, I don't like doing this. I will get there. Some gentle persuasion, I guess. If I can get down deep inside. Trouble is, it needs to come off squarely. I don't see a way I can do this. I guess just gently, gently. Being very careful not to damage surfaces. gotta do it so gently. And the thing is, there are studs, little dowels up the top here for the alignment, and also down here I believe, but I won't know that until I get it off. But they're certainly at the top. There we go. Just keeping gentle pressure on it. Trying desperately not to dig in. Now I do have a spare cover, and I'd really rather not have to use it. Why? Well, because I can sell it. Okay, a little bit more on this side. Come on. Wow. This really is fighting me. Of course, it's adhered to the oil pan. Alright. I'm going to turn off the video now whilst I think about this. Right, I stopped taking the timing cover off. It was proving to be rather difficult. And to assist, I thought I will take the oil pan off. I've already undone all of the bolts, with the exception of one, which is stopping it from dropping on the floor. So, here we go now. Let's just get this one last bolt out. And these are all 1/2 inch, by the way. Alright. Let us see. Aha, yes, that. Oh, there we go, got it. Well, there's some sludge in here, certainly. And I think what was preventing me from getting the timing cover off may have been this seal. We will see. It's kind of black in here. It's like, it doesn't look too bad. We'll find out when I take the caps off and take the oil pump out and make sure that baby's not broken. Looking in here, there is some sludge, but I don't see any metal filings. I'll know that when I take this plate off and give it a damn good clean inside. Okay, next is to see if I can finally get this timing cover off. Shouldn't be too difficult. Now I can get it at the bottom and at the top at the same time. Alright, let's get a little pry bar here. Okay, the bottom moves there. It's a little tough there. I think this is gonna come. Just get it off that dowel there. Okay, and that's off there. Now if I can just gently pry it off the top. Of course, as I said, it's getting stuck on this little beastie here now, because I've got the bottom out. So we just... Okay, it's off. That wasn't quite what I expected. Ah, that seal looks as if it's actually done its job. And the oil thrower there. In here we're not looking too bad. In fact, that chain looks really good. Now, one thing that I will show you a little bit later, but I'll tell you about it now. Behind this timing belt tensioner, again, which looks remarkably new, when you take this off, you'll see what looks like a little brass ring. It is not a brass ring, it is actually a filter. It's a little cone filter. If you do not take that filter out and clean it, you will not get oil to the timing chain tensioner, which means it won't tension the chain. If it doesn't tension the chain, then you will have all sorts of problems. So just do note that, and I will show you it in a little while when I get this chain off. Okay. Alright, having inspected this timing cover, I have discovered that it's corroded very badly there, and it looks like in the past it had corroded here, and someone has done a bit of a bodge. So this timing cover is basically toast. Fortunately, I do have another one. I mean, I probably could get this repaired, but is it really worth it? Yeah, look, there's another repair on the outside here, which is obviously where it was leaking. So this is designated as trash. Yeah, looks like they put plastic padding in there. Good God, the amazing repairs that some people do. All right, this one's toast. Time to find my other timing cover. As I just mentioned, I do have a spare timing cover. This is the bad one that is corroded there and there and there. So really, I'm not going to repair it. And if any of you want it, leave me a message. You can have it for free as long as you pay for the shipping. And this is the replacement I have. Now, those of you that are sharp, you will notice it's different here. It's from a later model, and unfortunately does have a British Leyland Yogo logo on it, and I will probably be trying to get rid of that because I don't want it on there. This one does have a little bit of corrosion there, and I will deal with that before I put it in the engine. So there you go. As I said, anybody wants that one, it's free, but you will have to get it repaired. Alright, inside of the oil pan, once I'd removed the sump filter, as you can see there is a fair bit of sludge, and if you look down here, it may be hard to tell, but there is grey. That grey is metal. It's not a tremendous amount, and seeing the wear on the bearings, I would believe that's what it is. So, not too bad. Just going to clean out the rest of this crap and give the pan a jolly good wash, and then clean the outside and coat it with lacquer. One last little bit, as I previously mentioned, filling it up with apple cider vinegar, just using good old duct tape here to stop the coolant from coming out. Hadn't quite covered one of the holes there, one of the stud holes in fact, so it leaked out a bit. Left the funnel in because I'm just topping it up every now and then. It seems to be leaking a little bit from this plug here, where the drain plug for the block. In fact, it's a little tap on these. It's not a plug. It's like the radiator, a little tap. It's a chrome-plated thing. Very nice. That's how Jaguar used to do it. Now it's owned by Ta-ta, bye-bye. Shame, but hey, at least they're still going. We're going to look on the bright side. And when I had that one, it was owned by Mr. Ford, and unfortunately there are some Ford things on it which are embarrassing to say the least, but hey, the model's a great model. The engine was designed by Jaguar, so I can't complain too loudly. Same as this one was designed by Jaguar. Ooh, moved too fast then. Hope I didn't make you ill. Alright, this is the rebuild as far as I've got so far. Let's see. No, that doesn't appear to be leaking. So, next phase for me will be to drain all this junk out, flip it upside down, clean out the oil pump and everything underneath, then take the bearing caps off and have a look there and pull the pistons out. That's a little further down the road. That'll probably be in a few days' time, and of course meantime I will have to take all this timing gear off, and as promised I will show you that little beastie there. Alright, enough for now. Hope you're enjoying the videos. If not, I'm sorry.